Hey guys, Ace of Hearts Fox here, and today I'm talking about Anthrocon. Now for those of you guys who don't know, Anthrocon takes place in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania every July, and it is the biggest furry convention in the entire world. Now I really make a point of going to this convention every year, even though there are some competitively sized conventions near me. I've got Further Confusion in San Jose, as well as Biggest Little FurCon in Reno, Nevada, and those are pretty large conventions. But I got to thinking, I was wondering why, when I have a bunch of really big furry conventions within driving distance of me, do I fly all the way across the country to get to another furry convention? And it mostly boils down to one thing: the city of Pittsburgh. From the crowds of people that watch the fursuit parade, to all the local businesses and hotels that really embrace this event, I absolutely have to say I've never felt more welcome visiting a city for a convention than I have visiting the city of Pittsburgh to attend Anthrocon. So me and the group that I was rooming with at this con actually went down to Starbucks, and they were serving a furry chino. It was just a cute little peach frappuccino, but they drew the Anthrocon logo on the board. But while we were sitting there sipping our drinks, we had a lady walk up to us, and I live near LA, so typically when people approach us during a convention setting, it's usually to either heckle us or ask some weird questions. And this lady was just really excited to be surrounded by furries. I remember an Angel Dragon fursuiter walked in and she was just like, "Oh, furry!" And she was just so excited and she was bouncing up and down and she was just so happy to be there. I guess she traveled there for business trips every year but never managed to get there during Anthrocon. So I gotta say, those little interactions really make me feel welcome. Even just little things like the hotels putting up signs with little characters corresponding with each hotel in the area, to all the little water stations and stuff that they put out for fursuiters at restaurants. It was really cool to see the city get into it. It felt more like a festival and a celebration than a convention, if anything. So thinking about all these positive interactions really reminds me of the story that I want to tell you guys today. And while I'm telling you this story, I want you to write a comment down below and share with me a positive experience that you've had with people during a convention or a meetup or anything furry related that you've been to. So today's story actually takes us back to my very first Anthrocon. I think this was about 2 or 3 years ago, and I was about to fly home. This was one of the first times I've flown by myself without any friends or family or anyone with me, and lo and behold, I get to the airport at Pittsburgh. I'm ready to go home. I'm just starting my new job on Monday, and then the flight gets delayed. And we're not talking about just typical, oh, we're gonna be delayed a half hour or 1 hour. We're talking about this was an 8 p.m. flight, and they were delayed till 6 in the morning the next day. Well, that's gonna make it kind of difficult for me to get to work because I had work at 8. So the lady gets on the intercom and she says, "Attention passengers, our flight has been delayed till 6 a.m. tomorrow. We apologize for the inconvenience. Please pick up your hotel vouchers." So I'm in line for the counter, and the guy in front of me is a very typical stern business looking type guy. He was not happy that he was gonna have to leave the next morning. So he gets to the counter saying, "This is ridiculous. I can't believe this has happened. This is unacceptable. How dare you do this to me?" And then the lady, of course, just says, "Okay, well, here's your hotel voucher. Sorry, there's nothing I can do about it." So the guy goes storming off all angry and irritated, and she sends him on his way. So then it was my turn to get to the help desk, and I tried to understand that it was not the girl's fault that my flight had been delayed. So I tried to just ask her as politely as I could, "Excuse me, is there any way I can get back to California tonight? I start a brand new job on Monday, and I really just want to get home. I don't care if I'm back at 3 a.m. in some city far away from where I am and I have to get an Uber all the way back. I don't care what I have to do, I just have to get to work in the morning." And so the girl kind of looks at me. I think she felt bad, and she decides to type a little bit on the computer, and she said, "If you leave right now, you can get back to California at 1:30 in the morning." And I said, "Perfect, get me on that flight." And I sprinted as fast as I could, and I managed to get home on time. So the main takeaway from this is to treat people with a little bit of courtesy. I fully understood that that girl was not at fault for my flight getting delayed, and I just calmly asked her how I would want to be asked, "Hey, is there any way you can help me out?" And that little bit of humanity goes a long way, just like how I always come back to Anthrocon every year. There are lots of big furry conventions near me, but I always go back to Anthrocon because of the great interactions that I have with the people of Pittsburgh surrounding the convention center. So thanks for watching today's video, you guys. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and hit like and subscribe down below. It really helps, especially because this channel is pretty new. And I've also got a new video coming out on Friday and Saturday. Saturday's video, which I actually filmed at Anthrocon. So I'm really excited to share it with you guys. But until then, I'm Ace of Hearts Fox, and I will see you all in the next video. Psh!